6,000 years ago, the city of Babylon was the undisputed economic center of the ancient world. It was a place of dazzling, historic prosperity. But living in the wealthiest city on earth doesn't mean much if your own pockets are empty. Take Bansir, a local chariot builder. He works constantly, exhausting himself day in and day out. Yet, after years of physical grinding, he has absolutely no wealth to show for it. He looks at his childhood friend, Arkad. They came from the exact same humble background. They shared the same teachers and played in the same streets. Yet today, Arkad is the richest man in the city. To Bansir, the math doesn't seem to add up. Arkad spends lavishly on himself. He is highly generous with his family and his charities. Even so, every single year, Arkad's total wealth continues to outpace his spending. Bansir's ancient frustration feels incredibly familiar today. We live in an era of massive economic abundance, yet a huge portion of the population lives paycheck to paycheck despite working constantly. So what did Arkad know about money that the rest of us don't? Before Arkad was wealthy, he was a poor scribe, carving records into clay tablets. One night, he traded a long, grueling shift of extra labor for a single piece of advice from a wealthy moneylender. The moneylender told him, "I found the road to wealth when I decided that a part of all I earn is mine to keep." Look at this breakdown. Save exactly 1/10 of your income before you pay a single other expense. When you pay the landlord first, you're working as a financial slave for other people's businesses, leaving nothing to build your future. Wealth isn't generated strictly by a high income. It's built entirely through the disciplined retention of a specific percentage of that income. Arkad called this his first cure for a lean purse: controlling your expenditures. He discovered a strange quirk of human behavior. If you strictly limit yourself to 90% of your earnings, you get along just as well. You barely notice the missing 10%. This chart illustrates the modern behavioral trap called lifestyle creep. As income rises over time, expenses naturally drift upward to match salary increases. Without a hard barrier, the gap between what you earn and what you keep stays perpetually at zero. Once you secure that 10%, Arkad introduces the second cure: make your gold multiply. You have to treat every saved coin like a worker whose only job is to breed more workers. Today, we call this compound interest. When you invest that 10%, your money generates a return. Those returns generate their own returns, creating a self-replicating network of capital. Making early, consistent investments forces your money into an exponential growth curve. True wealth generation requires a specific transition. You must stop trading your physical time for money and start making your money work independent of your time. But Arkad made a massive mistake early in his journey. He gave his first year of savings to a brickmaker who promised to buy rare jewels from the Phoenicians. The jewels turned out to be worthless bits of glass, and Arkad lost everything. The moneylenders scolded him for taking advice about jewels from a brickmaker. This led to the third cure: guard your treasures from loss. You must protect your principal from unproven schemes and only seek advice from experts actually skilled in handling money. The modern equivalents are everywhere: get-rich-quick schemes, highly speculative fads, or high-risk ventures that promise massive overnight returns usually just threaten your initial investment. Avoiding a catastrophic loss is mathematically far more important to your long-term wealth than trying to chase an unusually high short-term return. Arkad eventually applied these lessons perfectly, transforming from a tired scribe into a master of money. His life proves that accumulating real wealth is a cultivated skill, not an accident of birth. The easiest way to execute this skill today is to set up an automatic transfer. Have your bank route 10% of your paycheck directly into an investment account the exact same day you get paid. Automating this process removes all emotional friction. It guarantees that the ancient rule of paying yourself first happens flawlessly, every single time, without you ever having to consciously choose to save. As George S. Clason noted when he first published these parables in the 1920s, the laws of money are as universal and unchanging as the law of gravity. They work identically today as they did 6,000 years ago. You can step out of the cycle of endless, exhausting labor, start paying yourself first, and plant the seeds of your own long-term wealth today.